distractions. And it doesn't matter if you're the quarterback. Because if there's distractions all over the place, just go to that team in Pittsburgh and ask them about distractions. Folks, this is Sports Focus. We're going to get into a topic a little later about Mr. Ezekiel Elliott, the troublemaker in Dallas now. All right. We got some things to get into. The Hall of Fame is here. Football is back. We're going to get into the Hall of Fame. And I'm sure you're going to love our Hall of Fame segment, especially next week's. Tune in for next week's episode. We're going to have Hall of Fame snubs.
Oh, Jesus, that's a long list.
Damn right. We're going to get into all of them.
Especially that Cowboy list.
Oh, there's a bunch of Cowboys and some Raiders, but we're going to talk about that next week. First, congratulations to PWBA. They had the bowling in East Hartford right here on Silver Lane.
Right.
Had that bowling tournament. Shannon O'Keefe is the grand champion. She won her final game, but check the score out. 225 to 203. Play them numbers. 225. I know I ain't supposed to be advertising. 225.
223.
203.
203.
203. He said, what? But congratulations to Shannon O'Keefe. Good job. This is her third championship in her career. So
wow.
Congratulations. And it was a good turnout at Silver Lane here in East Hartford. So I'm sure they'll be back next year.
Good.
Sad news, man. We lost a great. He's one of the names that's on that list, so we might as well get him out now. He is not a Hall of Famer. This is Cliff Branch. He passed away recently, 71 years old.
A lot of these guys, man.
This guy was amazing for the Oakland Raiders back in them 70s. And two-time Super Bowl champion. He's not Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know, he was all 70s, made the decade team. What else do you need? He had the speed. He was like the fastest wide receiver in the league at that time, in the, the 70s and early 80s. But, yeah, he passed away, and we also lost another one. I don't know if you heard about this one. Nick Buoniconti, for all my old school, old heads.
You kidding?
Yes, Nick Buoniconti passed away.
Wow.
85 years old.
Match his number.
Yep. Member of the undefeated
Dolphins.
undefeated Dolphins team, 1972. The greatest NFL team in history. I don't care what anyone says. They went undefeated. They did not lose a game. That makes them the best until somebody else does it in a 16-game season.
And 18-1 don't count.
That's right, Patriots fans. 18-1 do not count.
No, it don't.
You know, I like how that sounds. 18-1 do not count. I know somebody I know, they going to really love that. 18-1 do not count.
They went 6-0 in the regular season.
No, they went undefeated. No,
they didn't. No, they didn't.
But
they got to the big game.
Now, right quick, I know Nick Buoniconti, this is for you Dolphin fans. That's the only thing y'all got anyway. But how do you put a 2007 Patriots team as one of the greatest teams ever, and they didn't even win the Super Bowl?
I don't see how.
Very disrespectful.
Yes, it is.
Very disrespectful.
You can't.
I mean, we all love
played to win to get the Lombardi at the end.
We all love the 85 Bears and all those other teams.
That's right.
But they lost.
Yeah, that one
This
lost.
team was the only one to do it all the way. Not spectacular. That's probably what it is. Wasn't spectacular and all this other stuff, but they got it done, and it doesn't matter.
That's right.
You realize in a 3-year span, they only lost like 5 games. Something like that. That's crazy. Nick Buoniconti, if y'all remember Nick Buoniconti, he was on the HBO show Inside the NFL.
Yeah, and his son.
Yep, that's right. His son was paralyzed?
Yeah. And actually, he was recording at the time that the accident happened.
On the football field.
And he had to leave the set and go tend to his son.
Yeah, he's a G.
Yeah.
And Nick, Lynn Dawson, and that was a great show on HBO. Sucks now. But let's move on to the Hall of Fame. We got some new inductees. Maybe because it moved to Showtime. I don't know. We got some new inductees. My personal favorite, and the only one I did watch, was Gil Brandt, the architect, one of the 3 pillars of America's team from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
It took him so long to get in.
It took him a long time to,
That don't make no sense.
It really don't. But now that shows you, how great those Cowboys, was, because you have Landry, you have Tex Ram, and now Gil Brandt all in the Hall of Fame. Now we just need to get some more of them players in there. But, this is a great class. Ed Reed, Tony Gonzalez, Gil Brandt, Kevin Mawai, Pat Bowen, and the great Ty Law. So this was a great class of, I'm a little suspect on Champ Bailey, but that's just my opinion.
Suspect? That ain't suspect. That just straight up disrespect.
I'll take Ed Reed in a heartbeat. Ed Reed, I'm glad Ty Law got in, though. I'm glad he got in, because he was.
It took him so long to get in.
Yeah, well,
Being a part of them great Patriot teams.
That's right. I'm sure we got another one that's on that list coming next week. Now, the Hall of Fame game. Did you watch it?
No.
This is what I did. I swear to you not. I was excited. I was like, I want to see some football, even though that's not my team, Denver and Atlanta Falcons. And sure enough, I turned it on. I saw the first series with I think it was Atlanta. I saw the next series with Denver. And the next thing woke up, it was in the fourth quarter. Woke up in the fourth quarter with like 5-something minutes to go. I still missed the miraculous touchdown it wasn't miraculous. It was just a good catch. So hopefully, that gets the guy who made the catch on the team or some practice squad or another look somewhere else, because that's basically what we are about to see in the NFL preseason, especially this first game. Not too many starters play, but New England, Brady might be out there that first game.
And that's how he rolls.
Damn Patriots, I swear, they just
But the biggest thing is you have a coach that knows his players, know what they can and cannot do. He know how to switch them out, and he know how to make those adjustments on the fly, and know how to tweak his defense to make sure that you keep the other team on their toes.
Did you say adjustments?
Adjustments.
Adjustments. It's amazing to me, Mr. Civils, how come a lot of teams that play sports, how come they can't make adjustments? I'm just puzzled by it. There's only one coach, one team that knows how to do that properly. I'm just floored. All these smart men that's coached and all that, and some of them played their whole life, but all of a sudden you get in the game against the Patriots and you can't make adjustments.
Like I said before, just stop for a second and just think. Just telling your tight end, hey, before you run your route, nudge him, will make that much of a difference on a second half comeback. Amazing.
And of course, you're referring to Atlanta.
Amazing.
The football team during the Super Bowl that gave up the 25-point lead in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Second half.
And haven't recovered yet.
And they will never. As the Rams, they won't recover. Any team that loses to the Patriots, they suck. But But the Eagles did win, and the Eagles did make the playoffs. So you have to beat the Patriots, actually. Some sort of mythical thing. Well,
the first time they faced them.
Yeah, the first time, yeah. But, you got all these games. You got the weekend. So there's going to be a plethora of NFL games now. All of them are going to be on the NFL Network. So they're going to, if you're a fan of Tampa Bay Buccaneers, give me a holler if you are, because I haven't seen one in Connecticut. So, it's like looking for a Jets fan. You can barely find any. But
that is cold, man. That is so cold. That is cold. That is so cold. That is so cold. That is just cold.
I'm just saying.
That is cold.
All the games are going to be on the NFL Network.
I can't find a Jets fan.
You can just scroll through the guide and you can watch your team play.
How you say that's cold?
What? I'm just saying.
Cold.
Of course, the Cowboys are at the 49ers, as they usually do, since they train and practice out there in California. They play a couple of West Coast teams out there, so they stay out there, and they come back to Texas, and they practice there, and they play a couple of games there. So they got Houston, and they got, in the third when they come back home. So let's do a little Cowboy news right quick. We got Mr. Lee. He's hurt again, people. It's a little early.
So maybe he'll be back by week, hopefully 19, which means that he won't play at all.
We'll see. We'll see. Sean Lee, the veteran Dallas Cowboy player who seems to get hurt around that week 4 or 5.
And go coach.
No, hopefully he'll get the message this season.
He need to stop and just coach.
Because he gets hurt way too much.
Put it right here. You need to stop and just coach. Thank you.
You got that, Sean Lee? Did you hear?
Sheesh, you need to stop and just coach. Let those young guys run.
Tough. Also, quick news, since Jason Witten has come back, they have released one of my favorite Rico gatherers. I guess he didn't make the cut. He's not a good blocker at all.
No.
So sucks to see him go because he's such an athletic freak. Right. I guess that Antonio Gates thing did not work out.
Nope.
My man, Dallas Cowboy #1, Ezekiel Elliott. Yay. Yay, Zeke. Mr. Civils, we was talking, when we started the show, we was talking about Mr. Ezekiel Elliott. So let's do it here, right now. How do you feel about now him saying that he won't play until he gets a new contract?
I agree. Like I said before, I agree with him to an extent because he's treating it just like a business, like the owners treat it as a business. You have 2 years left on the contract, but they hold the option towards the end of that contract, so he wants a better deal.
Preach on.
That I understand, and I know other people are like, no, you need to get your butt into training camp and everything else like that. But I think his biggest thing is, I want to secure my bag before you secure the other 2 that you're trying to make sure are well paid, because you're already looking at 30 plus for Dak. No telling what Cooper's going to go for, thanks to Marcus Thomas and his contract. Zeke said, you know what? I need to get mine now because it might not be in it for me down the road. So I understand where he's coming from. It's business. And he got to make sure he's secure.
I totally disagree because I'm coming from the standpoint as he has 2 years left on this contract, and I believe you have time on your contract. You should play that out. When you are a free agent, you gotta pay me. So there is no, well, no, we'll take care of you. Just no. I played to my contract. And don't get it twisted, because that's exactly what Emmett did. His contract was up. You got to meet me at what I want, Jerry. And that's what Jerry eventually had to do. So I just feel like I can't see, as I was telling you, I cannot see Jerry Jones doing this Pittsburgh Steelers thing where every week, is he coming back? He's coming back week 6. Or he's coming back week this. Nope. I can't see Jerry sitting there with this young team going with this distraction. This is going to be a huge distraction all year long. If they're not winning, you see, you would have had Zeke. If they are winning, what are you going to do with Zeke? So, either way, you're screwed. So, I don't like it. I say, you know what? If you can't meet come in the middle, Zeke got to go. What would Belichick do in this situation?
Belichick wouldn't have never got to this point.
Folks, that's the end of this show because you already know what time it is. See y'all next week with the Hall of Fame dub.